welcome to the spin-off of a video from the one before this one, in which I was talking about how no matter what you look like, there's a good chance there's some ethnicity or race that if you were in an American movie or TV show that you couldn't pretend to be. You know, I couldn't be black, but I could be Jewish, or I could be someone who speaks Spanish. I could, in theory, be Puerto Rican. In theory, I could be someone from the nation of Chile, Argentina, Brazil. If I spoke Spanish with the accent that traced back to that nation, then that wouldn't be racist, as long as I had the accent right. The way I look matches that. My looks make it okay because of my physical features. That makes it okay to play a person of that. Now here in America, I could easily play someone Jewish because Jewish people don't have, well, let's say Jewish people don't have accents, but so many people who are Jewish are from certain parts of the country, like the Northeast or Miami or something. But then again, a lot of Jewish people are in California where there's kind of a neutral accent. So it's funny, all these rules, I guess is what I'm saying. There's these rules that exist that you have to look enough like the person, even if you're not that ethnicity or background. As long as you look enough like them, then it makes it okay, and it's not racist and it's not politically incorrect. So what I'm saying is this video is made to recognize that it wouldn't be racist or politically incorrect for me to play someone who's Hispanic. That wouldn't be racist at all, because my mother's mother was a first-generation Mexican American. That gives me a pass, even though she even herself didn't speak Spanish, because her parents wouldn't allow her to speak Spanish growing up because they wanted her to have better opportunities in America. And sure enough, guess what? She married someone who didn't speak Spanish. Now granted, he was a first-generation Italian, but either way, it all worked out. She didn't really speak Spanish. I never heard her speak Spanish. But if I did speak Spanish, then I could play someone and it wouldn't be racist or politically incorrect because of how I look. And in the same way, I could play someone who's from Southern European background as well. Jewish also, but there's the DNA in there in reality. Greek, my DNA test didn't show Greek at all. However, my mom's and my sister's did. So it's in there. Could I play someone who's Middle Eastern? Because so many people have left me comments from the Middle East and said that I look like someone from where they are, whether it's been Turkey. I've had people from Jordan. I've had people from Iraq all say that I kind of look like their cousin. I've had them say that. So if I got the accent right, even though I'm just a white guy from America, in theory, I could get away with that simply because of how I looked. Even if whether or not I actually have that DNA doesn't really matter, but in the end, does the DNA actually matter? As long as you're not playing a part that is stereotyping someone from that place, which always gets more complicated when we're talking about someone who has a broken accent though. Like for example, I was watching, there's this show that my son was watching. The show is called Mr. Young. And in this show, there's a janitor, and his name is Dang. And I guess it's assumed that he's from Cambodia. And he has a broken English accent, very thick Eastern accent. I'm assuming his character Dang is from Cambodia. And my son said, "Daddy, that guy talks really funny." I said, well, that's the accent of someone who came from there and spoke a different language originally, and then they learned to speak English. That's how their accent is. And I explained that to him. But even as I was watching that, I was thinking, but I wonder, the actor who plays Dang on Mr. Young, what does he really talk like? Is he mimicking the accent he heard his first-generation American parents speak? Is that how he can do that accent so well? Or is that really his accent? And we see the same thing on the Disney show Bunked. There's a guy on there who is an Indian American. And when you see him in other stuff, he has no accent going back to India. It's just straight, normal, flat American accent, from what I remember. But on the show, he has a very thick Indian accent. because they wanted to play up that background on the show. So it's okay for him to do the fake accent because he heard it growing up from his parents. And because he actually is from India, that made it okay. So it is interesting, I guess is what I'm saying, that there are all of these rules that make it okay or politically incorrect based on all of these different things that add up. And you can cross the line and do a fake accent if there's some part of you that really is your story and you're not doing it in a negative way. So let's just talk about the guy from Bunked. He can do a very thick, broken English Indian accent. But if I play the part of someone who was Indian and they put brown, they made my skin darker and I had that accent, that would be racist because I don't look enough like someone who's from India. Okay, so much to discuss. Go for it. Where? In the comment section right here.